Okay, hi everyone. Thanks for joining us today. And hi Seema, thank you for giving up your time to come and tell us a bit about your story. Before we come over to you, just to introduce myself to anyone who doesn't already know, my name's Abigail. I'm Customer Success Manager at Supermums and also Supermums alumni myself, having done the administrator program back at the end of 2018. So we're here to hear Seema's story today. Thank you for joining us to tell your story. You have been still taking our consultancy program, so that's what we're going to touch on today. But first off, why don't you tell us a bit about yourself and what you do now, and then we'll track back and talk about how you got there.
Okay, hi Abigail, thank you. So yes, my name is Seema Chandra, and I live in Los Angeles, California. I'm currently a business analyst at Liberty IT Solutions, which is recently acquired by Booz Allen Hamilton in the USA. And yeah, I'm in the Salesforce consultancy class at Supermums and enjoying it. And I transitioned over, and it's been really a great transition for me.
Great. So let's talk a bit about that transition, because I know, relatively speaking, that's happened all quite quickly. So let's take ourselves back to about a year or so ago and tell us kind of what position you were in, what you were doing, how you were feeling at that time, and what made you decide that kind of Supermums and Salesforce was for you.
Sure. So just over a year ago, I was a real estate agent, and I've been doing that for about 8 years. And I'd entered that field because, you know, I had kids at home, and I really enjoyed that. I was able to set my own hours, set my own timing, and enjoyed that part of being self-employed. And I enjoyed working with people. So it all fit for me for that. However, my background is in the technical world. I am an electrical engineer by training, and I did work many years in that field. And I stepped back from that when I had the kids. I have 3 children. And so being a full-time working engineer and mom was, you know, just a little too much for me. So I had stepped back. And then when the kids were older and the third one was old enough, then I went into the real estate world. But then about 2 years ago, I discovered Salesforce and Trailhead. And so I was still working, but part-time, I started, you know, working in Trailhead on my own, and really enjoyed it, getting my hands back in the technical area, and started working towards my first certification.
Great. So you did achieve your admin certification, which is really great. Well done. But then you started looking for roles and were finding it quite challenging. So decided to kind of upskill a little bit further and combine some of your previous skills as well. And so that's what brought you to the consultancy course, right? So tell us a little about how you found Supermums and what made you decide the consultancy course was kind of the right step for you.
Yes, exactly. So after I earned my admin certification, I did find it challenging to find my first position in the Salesforce ecosystem. You know, I didn't have any experience in it. So I was looking around, and I was fortunate to go to the Salesforce Trailhead Career Day. And there I met Supermums, and I was like, oh, this is exactly what I needed. Being a mother and, you know, entering the Salesforce world. So I joined their consultancy class because I already had my admin certification, and I felt consultancy was a good fit for me because I did enjoy working with customers and clients. You know, I had the sales side of me and dealing with these things. And then I still like the technical side. So it was kind of a great combination of being a consultant. And so I was really excited to find the class and to join the class with Heather Black.
What have you found have been some of the kind of most useful or like most enjoyable bits of the classes and of the course itself?
It was just all really interesting, all very useful. You know, every week there's a different topic, and then and also meeting the other members of the class was really great because there were people from all over the world, and many people were already working, and so you know we would discuss, you know, some of their current situations and maybe things that they were facing at work. So that was very interesting. The topics were really great. And then there's the classes you go in on your own, you know, you watch all the video classes. and they have all kinds of stuff, agile and change management, business analyst classes. So I like that it was those classes I could watch them on my own time and learn a lot from those. And also Heather's personal coaching on the side, a coaching class. So I found all that really great because I didn't know anything about consulting really in the Salesforce field before that. And so that really gave me a lot of knowledge, and I felt really confident with that.
Yeah, I think part of it is the confidence factor as well. And we do talk a lot about, yes, we're going to teach you some actual hard skills, but also we've got things like the coaching on the side, and just by the nature of like the community element that we try to bring to our programs means you get a lot of support from other ways, hear a lot of different stories about different people's perspectives. So I know that you'd said previously when you'd looked for roles, it had been quite challenging to kind of break into that first role, which is why, although you didn't do our admin program, we do include the work experience element to try and give people that little extra boost to get in. But then do you feel like the consultancy course gave you some kind of added confidence and something extra to go to employers with that really helped you get through the door, as it were?
Yes, definitely. Definitely, it gave me the confidence and the knowledge too, because of all those courses there, and also the live classes too, because we learned a new topic and we talked about things. We did breakout rooms, so definitely that gave me the confidence and knowledge about what it takes to be a consultant.
Yeah.
Because before that I wasn't really sure exactly what a Salesforce consultant does, but this really helped me say, oh yeah, I can do this. Yeah, I understand all the terms and what they mean and everything. So yeah, that helped a lot.
You can do it, and you are doing it now as a BA. So let's talk a little bit about, through the course, how you ended up in that role and what you actually do now. So how did you actually, how did you get your job?
Yeah, so being in the USA, Supermoms is based in England, and so I know they have a lot of opportunities there, and they're still growing in the USA. So several members of the class who are in the USA side kind of, had made an informal little group of chatting and talking. And one of the other Supermoms who has started maybe a few months before me, was ahead of me. She was able to get a position in a company called Liberty IT Systems, and it was actually based on the East Coast, and I'm on the West Coast of US, but they were very open to remote work. So she referred me and said, Seema, I think this would be something that would work for you. And they're looking to hire some more people, especially they were very interested in returning moms to work. So she referred me and I interviewed with them, and definitely networking helped here. And I was hired by them, and I started working in the beginning of March of this year.
Well, congratulations for really leveraging that network. And that's what we talk about, regardless of whether you're in the UK or the US or wherever you are in the world, because we are going global as a program. Leveraging that network is really important. So we do have our recruitment team who are there to support and guide you. And even if you are in the US, can help you like prepare for interviews and things like that, and offer a lot of advice and support on that. But yeah, we talk to everyone about how in the world of Salesforce, leveraging that network is really important, and kind of being part of Supermoms is that first step in the network. And we're really enjoying seeing, especially through things like our alumni community now, our Supermoms, although we want to be there as a core team to support you guys, we love seeing that you guys are supporting each other and building those connections. And that's what it's all about, really. That's what we're here for. And as you said, part of the reason you joined the course was to be joining these like-minded people, right? That was a real attraction for you.
Oh yeah, it was great. I've been studying on my own, so to find this community was really nice. It's a very supportive community, and and of course you learn a lot too, and you get this great support from other moms and dads, and it was especially in this world nowadays where we're more remote, this was a great way to connect with people.
Yeah, because our program as well has always been fully remote, even before COVID. So it's always the way we've run our program. So the structure of everything is set up to be that way and to work in that way, which I think has been really beneficial for people, because we're set up for that. And it's, yeah, you get support through Supermoms alumni community onwards. We always, once a Supermom, always a Supermom. So even, throughout the course, you've got your peers, and it's great that you have different ways to connect there through things like your little WhatsApp group and little subgroups. But we've also got the alumni community that we hope people would continue to network with globally as well, and have those monthly events for you to come back and learn from each other as well as from us. So that is really, really brilliant. I think one thing I would like to touch on is you obviously came from, although you did have a technical background, then you had a career in another sector for a while and then transitioned kind of into Salesforce. So during the interview process and working in the role that you do now, are you bringing lots of other skills that you gleaned elsewhere? Because I think it's important. We have lots of people coming from lots of different backgrounds to join our program. Have you found some skills you've learned kind of in a previous life you're bringing to the role that you're in now?
Yes, definitely. A business analyst is where they work with the customer and they do requirements gathering. So, and they need to be able to talk the language of the customer, which could be on any different fields, but, mainly learning how to interface with them. Then they take those requirements and they work with the technical team in the company, the developers, and, try to help translate those requirements to what the technical team is looking to do to develop. So definitely all the soft skills are all those very useful. Life experiences. And I had been in a field of real estate where I did deal with a lot of customers, what are they looking for? Learning to, use that side of me, being more open to people, listening to people, a lot of listening. So, and then being a mom, right? We do everything when we're mothers. We, work with our kids with all kinds of things, talk with their teachers, talk with all kinds of their coaches. So you learn a lot of doing that. And those skills are really very useful in my current role. Talking to other people and being patient and, figuring out what they want. So, and then running meetings, if you've done, any kind of jobs in the past, you've done all those things, all that is definitely skills that they need today in these roles. And I think mothers have a lot of these things.
Yeah, that's really good to hear that reinforced. And I am hearing that a lot because Salesforce, especially at the administrator level, it isn't overly complicated to learn, like you can learn it, but some of these skills that are learned in the workplace around transferable skills, being able to run a good meeting, they're not necessarily something you can learn overnight. So we really encourage super mums who are on our program to really look at and value and kind of analyze and think about, oh no, I do have a lot of skills here that I'm going to bring into this new environment. It's really important to think about that. And I think that's touched upon in some of the coaching as well, right? You were part of Heather's coaching program.
Yes, and that definitely helped me too. And also you do have, interview preparation, resume writing, and so listening to some of those things about interview, bring out your other skills. Yes, they want to know Salesforce, but they are looking for these other things too, and definitely that is something we need to make sure we highlight too in our interviews and our resume.
We encourage people to practice that kind of selling yourself. It can feel a bit awkward, but you have got a lot of skills there to learn and share. So we do offer, some support around that if people feel like they need it as well. Well, it's really great. You made this such a successful transition in really what was a relatively quite short period of time. It's really great to hear. I'm so pleased for you. Is there anything you would say, like a top tip to anyone kind of who's been who's in maybe a similar position to what you were a year ago? Like, is there anything that you would say to them?
I would say, sometimes it was, discouraging when you're looking for a job and you get a lot of, no's. But as a lot of people have said, you don't give up. Definitely LinkedIn helped a lot because, like a lot of the super moms are on LinkedIn. So connecting with each other on LinkedIn, it opens you up to a whole nother network. And a lot of Salesforce people are on there. So you learn a lot. I'm just, reading online, learning a lot of things helped me a lot. And the Salesforce has so much you can keep learning while you're looking. There's so much in Trailhead. So I say just keep doing that. And, and ultimately, I think the first job is the hardest one to get, but networking and not giving up. And as you're learning more, you have more things to put out there. All that really helps a lot.
Yeah, every one of those knockbacks is an opportunity to learn from it and then take that forward into the next thing, right? So really well done. Wishing you every success. What do you think is next for you, by the way? I'll just throw that as a last question to you. Have you got any, things like certifications in mind or other little challenges for yourself over the next few months?
I managed to, after I started working, I got 2 more certifications, Platform App Builder and Service Cloud. And fortunately, the company really encourages. They keep helping us out to keep learning. My goal right now is just to become a good business analyst. It's my first time being a business analyst. So my short-term goal is, yes, to do that. I would like to go for more certifications. I'm probably going to go for Experience Cloud next, because we do use that at our company. And yeah, I think it's wide open now. So as I gather more experience, I would love to transition to even more different roles and, keep learning. It doesn't, I think in Salesforce, you can just keep going. It doesn't end.
Exactly, that's what I really like about it. Kind of the sky's the limit. Once you've done the hard bit to get kind of in the door, then there's like a whole world of opportunities, lots of different directions, and almost something to suit everyone depending on what your interest is, whether it be really technical or more the consultative side, the business analysis side, even training. There's so many different routes people can go down. And I look forward to hearing of your continued success. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing your story and your tips today. If you're interested in following in Seema's path, then please do check out our training pages, supermums.org/training. We've got information about our administrator course. So if you're right at the beginning of your journey and haven't done any previous Salesforce training, our administrator program is a great place to start. And then you can go on and take something like our consultancy course afterwards. And we've also got some more specialist courses in things like Marketing Cloud. So if you want to create your own specialism, we have that option too. So I'll leave it there. Thanks very much for joining us, Seema. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, Abigail. Bye-bye.